Hello Notre Dame Prep. Tomorrow is a very special day. It's Easter Sunday. So I thought I'd read you a story from this very special book. And I'm going to read you the story of how Jesus rose from the dead. And the story is called The Empty Tomb. So I'm going to show you the picture while I read the story. Jesus' followers sat quietly, overwhelmed with sorrow. Their Lord and Master was dead, nailed to a cross, and then buried deep in the tomb. The disciples, the closest friends of Jesus, were hiding in the upper room with the huge doors bolted. They were afraid, and they were bitterly ashamed that they had run away when Jesus had been arrested. Peter sat down with his head in his hands, refusing to talk to anyone. He had denied Jesus, and now he wished that he too were dead. Mary Magdalene wept alone, sighing, my Lord, he's gone, he's gone." Mary waited until the first light of day on that Sunday morning, so she could visit the tomb and be near to Jesus once again. She had sat there through the long night, waiting for the daylight to come. At the very first hint of dawn, Mary set off for the garden where Jesus had been buried. She carried her precious spices and hurried to the garden. When she arrived, the first rays of the sun were pouring through the trees, and the birds were beginning their dawn chorus. Everything seemed normal, except the stone. Mary gasped. She looked around, but she could see no one. Who could have rolled the huge stone from the grave? Jesus was gone. Immediately she ran and told the disciples. At once Peter and John ran to the garden and saw the empty tomb for themselves. They walked in, Peter first of all, crouching down, touching the linen shroud that lay there, picking up the headcloth that was rolled up nearby. The body had vanished. But could Jesus really be alive again? In wonder, Peter and John returned to the city. Mary remained in the garden crying. Then she stepped down into the tomb, and there she saw two angels sitting, one where the head and the other where the feet should have been. But there was no body, no Jesus, and in her confusion, she did not know who these strangers were. There's a picture there of the two angels and Mary inside the tomb. "Why are you crying?" they said to her. She replied, "Because they have taken my Lord, and I don't know where they've put him." She stumbled back out into the garden and sat down, sobbing quietly. She was crying so much that she did not see a figure come and stand beside her. The figure spoke very gently to her. "Why are you crying?" he said. "Oh, sir," she said, "you must be the gardener here. If you have taken the body, please tell me where you have put him." "Mary," said the figure. She turned. She knew that voice. It was the voice of Jesus. Jesus! It couldn't be. But he was looking at her, straight at her, with such love. She reached out her hands and clutched at his feet, calling out, "Master!" "You don't have to cling to me now," he said. "Just go and tell all the disciples that you have seen me, and that I am on my way to my Father and your Father in heaven." So Mary ran back to the disciples and told them what she had seen and what Jesus had said. Perhaps if you have a Bible, you could sit down over the next few days and read some of the stories about the Easter story and about what happened after Jesus rose from the dead. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful Easter Sunday with your families. Bye.